Now, ito naman next. What is the axial deformation in the steel rod? So, we have this figure. Yung sa point A, merong ano dyan, merong hinge. Then, sa BC naman, merong steel rod. So, ito, medyo madali lang. But, meron na lang statics. A bit of statics. Now, at point A, since naka-hinge, merong dalawang reactions. Merong vertical, AY, meron ding AX. Now, para ma-eliminate natin yung forces na yan, we can just take moments about this point. Then, we can cut the steel rod, andyan, and then, maglalabasan yung internal forces. So, label natin yan as BC. So, to obtain the force in BC, we can sum up moments about A. So, summation of moments about A is equal to 0. Now, this load will cause a counterclockwise rotation about A. So, minus BC multiplied by moment arm na 6. Then, yung 40 kN naman, it will cause a clockwise rotation about point A. So, plus 40. By the way pala, sa mga bago dito, yung positive na convention ko is clockwise rotation. Then, moment arm ng 40 kN is 2.5 meters. Ayan. Now, equate this to 0, masosolve mo na yung BC. So, BC is equal to 16.67 kilonewtons. Now, since alam na natin yung internal force ng BC, we can now solve the deformation in the steel rod. So, label natin as delta ST. Delta pala yung tawag dyan sa Greek symbol. So, equals, yung force is 16.67, multiply natin by 1,000 para maging newtons siya. Then, our length is 3 meters daw. Also, convert this to mm. So, 3 times 1,000. Then, divided by area is 500 mm squared. Then, E naman is equal to 200 GPa. So, convert to MPa times 10 to the 3. So, by unit analysis, di ba yung force naka-Newton, deformation is equal to PL over AE. So, naka-Newton yung force, yung L, kinonvert into mm. Yung area naman is mm squared. Tapos, yung E, naka-MPa, so, Newton per mm squared. So, magka-cancel yung mm squared, then magka-cancel din yung Newton. So, what's left is mm. So, input mo na lang yan sa calculators. 16.67 times 1,000 times 3 times 1,000, then divided by 500 times 200 times 10 to the 3. So, we would get 0.5001. And then, unit is mm. Lagyan na lang natin dyan. Now, kapag kanon yung calculator mo, iba yung pag-input sa parang, let's say, 1 times 10 to the 3 equal to 1,000. Kapag dito ka sa Canon, 1, ito lang, E. Then, multiplied by 3. Same lang yan. But, EXP lang siya sa Canon. Ito naman. For this problem, sinadya ko na walang length na binigay. But, sinabi dyan na yung W acts at the center. So, kapag mag-act sa center yung W, automatic na yung dadalhin ng rods na andun sa each end would be half of the applied load. So, essentially, yung force dyan sa aluminum, bale, yung solution is by symmetry. Ayan. Force in aluminum equals force doon sa steel. Equal to half of W. So, 10/2 is equal to 5 kilonewtons. Ayan. So, PAL, PST. Now, magkaiba yung materials, magkaiba din yung lengths nila. So, magkaiba din yung deformations. So, isusolve natin yung individual deformations nila. So, for the aluminum, delta aluminum, yung force niya is equal to 5 kilonewtons. So, 5, yung length naman is equal to 2 meters. Hindi pala magkaiba yung length, uniform lang pala. Sa ibang example ko pala, iniba yung length. So, 5 times 2, ito naka kn, ito naka meters. So, just multiply this by 10 to the 6. Parang dalawang times 1,000 yan kapag 10 to the 6. Then, yung area naman is diameter yung binigay. So, kailangan naka pi over 4 times d squared. Tapos, yung E is equal to 100 GPa. Convert also to MPa. 100 times 10 to the 3. So, this would be equal to 0.318 mm. Now, kapag deformation in steel naman, same pa rin, 5 times, yung length is 2, tapos times 10 to the 6. Then, divided by pi over 4, yung diameter is 25. 25 squared, then multiplied by 200 GPa. So, 200 times 10 to the 3. So, solving the deformation in the steel rod, we would get 0.101 mm. Ayan. Now, what can you notice? Iba-iba yung deformations nila. Yung aluminum, mas malaki yung deformation niya compared sa steel. Now, as engineers, hindi natin yan gusto since yung bar AB natin, magtitilt na siya. That's why usually, when designing, same materials yung gagamitin, then same length, same cross-sectional areas. Para level lang yung rod. Given na yung resultant load is acting at the center. So, ito yung for number 1. What is the axial deformation in the steel rod and the aluminum rod? Now, for the second question naman, what is the vertical movement at the midpoint of the bar? So, yung midpoint ng bar is this one. Now, walang binigay na length, but you can just treat this as L over 2. Ito, L over 2. Tapos, yung buong length is L. So, duplicate natin yung slide. And then, let's draw the deformation diagram. Now, i-exaggerate na lang natin yung lengths para mas makita talaga natin yung figure. So, ito yung deformation ng aluminum, which is greater than the deformation dun sa steel. This is 0.318 mm. Then, dun sa steel naman, maliit lang yung deformation niya compared dun sa aluminum. And then, this is just equal to 0.101. Pero I think na check natin yung value 0.102 kasi yung ginamit ko sa class. Ayan, 0.102 pala to kapag 3 decimal places. So now, since mas naglengthen yung aluminum compared sa steel, yung final position ng bar is magtitilt na siya. Parang ganyan. So kapag ito na yung orientation ng bar, nakatilt na siya. To solve the vertical movement at the midpoint of the bar, kailangan natin yung distance na to. Teka lang. ibang kulay na lang. Yung distance na yan, yung kailangan natin. Now, to solve that, just draw a line from this point, extend natin dyan. So now, itong distance na to is just equal to 0.102. Ito. So, 0.102. But we have to add this small distance to get the total deformation, I mean, the vertical displacement dito sa midspan. Parang ito kasi yung hinahanap natin. Ayan. Ito na kasi yung final position ng midspan. So, deformation na lang. Then, midspan, vertical. Now, itong distance na to, yung maliit na distance na yan, we can label it as y. So, zoom in natin yung triangle na to. We would have this one. Ayan. Now, ano yung height na yan? I hope na agree lang na this is 0.318 minus 0.102. Yung height na yan. So, this is 0.216 pala. So, 0.216 is to a base of, di ba, hindi binigay yung lengths dyan. Pero alam natin yung ratio since alam natin na yung W is acting at the center. So, we can just treat this as 1. Then, yung kalahati niya is naturally 0.5. Ayan. And then, ito yung hinahanap natin. This is y. So, by ratio and proportion, we would have y is to the base. Ito yung base niya. Again na, we are looking at the triangle. Do not look at this base. Kasi trapezoid na yan. Pag yan yung tiningnan mo. Ito lang. Ito yung triangle. So, ito yung base. Which is still 0.5 pa rin. So, y is to 0.5 is equal to yung buong height ng triangle is 0.216. Then, divided by 1. So, y is equal to 0.108 mm. Kalahati lang ng 0.216 since imumultiply natin yung 0.5 dyan. So, meron na tayong y. Just add this doon sa 0.102. We can obtain this total distance. So, the vertical displacement at the midspan is equal to the deformation at B plus y. So, essentially, 0.102 plus 0.108. So, this is now equal to, ayan, we would get 0.21. Tapos naka-mm. So, meron na tayong answer sa number 2. Now, for number 3 naman, what must be the diameter of the aluminum rod so that the bar remains level? So, essentially, yung tanong dyan is, how can we make this bar, even after the application of the load, kailangan, how can we make it still horizontal pa rin? So, yung gagawin dyan is, di ba, nag-tilt siya since yung aluminum, mas malaki kasi yung elongation niya compared sa steel. So, for the bar to remain level, bar AB to remain level, the deformation of aluminum must be equal to the deformation of steel para hindi na siya mag-tilt. So, what we need to do is to decrease the deformation doon sa aluminum kasi yan yung i-change daw natin sa design. Palalaki natin yung diameter niya para mas liliit yung deformation. So, for number 3, the deformation in aluminum must be equal to the deformation of steel. Now, yung deformation ng steel, nakuha na natin. Equal to 0.102. Doon sa solution natin kanina. So, 0.102 mm, yan yung ililimit natin sa deformation ng aluminum. So, we would get P is still 5 kN pa rin. L is equal to 2, then times 1000 squared, or 10 to the 6. Then divided by pi over 4. Then label na lang natin as new diameter, d new, then squared. Tapos, or ano na lang, pwedeng d na lang, since isa lang yung diameter na hinahanap. Then yung E naman is 100 GPa. 100 times 10 to the 3. So solving the diameter, 5 times 2 E6, then pi over 4 times 100 E3. Yung D dyan, since naka-square siya, tas nasa denominator, ilagay mo na lang siya dun sa kabilang side ng equation. So 0.102 times D squared, para mas madaling mag-process yung calculator, lalo na kapag canon yung ginagamit mo. So solving the diameter, we would get 35.33. Ayan. So mas malaki pala yung D, mas maganda pala kasi mas liliit yung deformation. Yung steel kasi malaki kasi yung E nya, 200 GPa, tas yung aluminum is only 100. So kaya doon ka babawi sa D.